Live. In the building, baby. Real Canna, we here once again, man. What's up, people? We about to get it popping today, man. This one's gonna be fantabulous. As I say, baby, fantabulous. What's up, everybody up in here early. Let's go. Mark in the building. What's up, man? Dick in the building. What's going on, Dick? What's up with you, brother? All right, everybody, throw it up in the chat, man. We already got 35 people already up in here. Y'all beat me to it. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's get it popping. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all already up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. All right, hold on, y'all. I'm going to get everybody on here, man. Everybody's coming in fast and furious, baby. Fast and furious. Yes. Everybody throw it up, man. Throw your names up in the chat. Yo, when you come on, make sure you put your name in the chat because I can't see who you are if you put something else up in there. Like H. Tim. Is that Tim Smith? Tim, what's up, brother? What's going on, Tim? What's up, Tim? Oh, Sara just made it in the building. Sara's in the backstage, y'all. She's here, y'all. Yes. Let's go, baby. Let's go. All right, y'all know how we do. Real Can in the building. Y'all know how we do every single time, y'all. Put it up, throw it up. Y'all know this is not just about us. This is about you, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to throw up all your stuff, man. Put up your URLs. Tell us what you need. Tell us what you're looking for. Tell us what you're doing in the canna industry, baby, because this is the networking bonanza. This is how we do it, Real Canna. Y'all know I'm a marketer by trade. 27-year-old digital marketing agency, baby. So I'm just shameless self-promoters, baby. So promote yourself, everybody. Let's go. Throw it up in the chat right now. Let's get busy. All right, y'all, hold on. Before I get too wild today, I got to go through. Y'all know how I do before I get too wild. Let me stay focused. Paul, what's up, brother? Paul in the building. Chris Isley in the building. Let me know where y'all from, too, man. Let me know where y'all from. Where's my Chattanooga? Where my Chattanooga people at? Where my Cali people at? Where my Michiganja people at? Yeah, Michiganja in that building, baby. Where y'all at? All right, everybody, we got it from all angles, man. And we already got 40-plus people, 50-plus people already here. We ain't even start yet. They ready to see you, Sara. They ready to see you. They am. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all ready to get some real education here. What's up, Fred G? Fred G in the building. What's up, baby? Paul Snipes. He's interested in opening a facility in Delaware. Holla at me, Paul. Shoot me an email, Paul. I got some other stuff going on in Delaware. I might be able to utilize you, my brother. Send me an email. Reply back to any one of the promotional emails that you get from Real Canada. It'll get to me. So holla back at me, Paul. You're trying to get something open in Delaware. Anybody else is working in Delaware, holla at me, man. I got some other stuff popping over there, too. Let's go. Chris Isley. What you got, Chris? What you got popping, baby? What you got? Some dispensary projects? Okay, let's go, Chris. Let's go. TamikaGroup.com. Let's go, baby. All right, holla, man. Let us know what's going on. Mark got BudsPlace.com. Yeah. Chris Isley, SoCal, baby. SoCal in the building. All right. All my California IA people's in the building. West Coast, East Coast. Y'all know how we do. Come on. This is a hype show today. We got to get right, man. Evan, what's up, brother? You made it. Evan Rue's in the building, baby. Evan's in the building, baby. Let's go, Evan. Yeah, he's got them grinders, y'all. He got them sweet grinders, man. Big up, Evan. Throw up your URL, Evan. Let them know about them grinders, man. Yes. All right, y'all. Everybody, don't be scared. Throw up your name. Tell us where you're from. Put it in the chat. This is all about networking, ladies and gentlemen. This is not just about us. This is about you. My name is Gary George. I'm the one who started Real Cannabis Entrepreneur back in 2018. And in the beginning, it was only 8 of us in a mastermind group, and we grew it out to an entire conference, ladies and gentlemen, making sure that everybody gets the education to learn how to break into this cannabis industry. We're tired of the gatekeeping, tired of the information that you just can't find any other place. So we decided to do Real Cannabis Entrepreneur Conference, ladies and gentlemen. And now we're 12 shows in, ladies and gentlemen. 24. 2024. 12 show in 6 years, ladies and gentlemen. We pack it out. Every single one of our shows has been sold out, ladies and gentlemen. Over 1,000 people, 40-plus speakers. Off the hook, we had to upgrade to the largest hotel ballroom in New Jersey last year, and we still overflowed the parking lot. This year is going to be a freaking zoo, ladies and gentlemen. So let me throw up something real quick, man. Let me get my announcements out of the way so we can get Sara on stage and she can bang out and tell us what's good. So right now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. RealCannabisEntrepreneur.com. We are about to put ticket sales Tickets on sale, so make sure, guys, that you get the first ones that go out because those are going to be the cheapest ones. Go to realcannabisentrepreneur.com. You guys are all on the list if you made it to the webinar. But just let me tell you what's special this year about Real Cannabis Entrepreneur, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let me tell you, I've been waiting 3 years to do this. And finally, Jersey, we're finally ready, baby. We are finally ready. So you know what we're doing this year? Real Cannabis Psychedelics Entrepreneur Conference, ladies and gentlemen. It's the first time, the first psychedelics conference in New Jersey. Oh, it's going to be a freaking zoo in there, y'all. You talk about a packed out parking lot, you're not going to be able to, I'm telling y'all, get there early because there's going to be so many people that ain't going to get in. So just get there early to get in, baby. Doubletree, right at the airport, Newark, New Jersey. We got people flying in from all over the place. We had people fly from as far as Zimbabwe from the last conference, ladies and gentlemen, in October. People follow us all over, man. We're a movement. We ain't just Jersey, New York. We all over the damn place, y'all. So go to realcannabisentrepreneur.com. Make sure it is October 18th and 19th. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get your tickets. This one's going to be fire. Fire. All right. Next announcement. We're going to rock and roll today. We're going to rock and roll. Next announcement up, y'all. Y'all heard me talk about it quite a bit, right? You heard me talk about it quite a bit, right? I've been in business for 27 years. I'm a serial entrepreneur. And one of the ways that I've stayed in business all these years, and people say, Gary, how did you outlast everybody else so long when you were at the beginning of the internet and you're still going? And I tell them, I said, guys, I was never scared to invest in myself. I always invested in myself. I doubled down and gambled on myself all the time. That's the way I've been successful in business for many years. And guys, one of the main things that I used to do that was mastermind groups, surrounding myself by other people that were smarter than me to teach me how to do the damn thing. And that's what I created in the cannabis industry because I saw that there was that big gap that we needed outside of the conference. When you come and get all hype, you get all souped up at the conference, then you go home and you say, damn, what do I do sitting at my desk by myself? That's what the mastermind group is all about. You need other peer accountability. You need people to drive you. You need other entrepreneurs, man, to push you. And that's what we do in our mastermind group. That's where we help each other sharpen each other's business skills and everything else. So a lot of my speakers that you see on stage, ladies and gentlemen, we started with 8 people back in 2018, and we are now up to 186 cannabis professionals all across the world, not the United States, the world, y'all. We got members in Amsterdam, Mexico, Canada, big South African following, man. We got things that we're learning in Germany. They're about to go live. Spain. Guys, if you want to learn how to get down and you want to learn about international business and doing business over the across U.S. lines and learn about other things and a lot of privy information that are ungoogleable. Ungoogleable information, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to give you ungoogleable information, okay? So check us out, man. If you guys are ready to sign up for that, guys, we only open up, it is a private group. We only open up applications twice a year, ladies and gentlemen. So we're opening up right now because you guys are at the webinar. We got 75 people up in the building. We about to hit 100 today. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind. If you want to join the mastermind group, you want to apply to join the mastermind group, go to realcannabisentrepreneur.com/mastermind. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, go there right now if you want to apply to get in our mastermind group and you want to surround yourself. It's not a free group. It's about it. You got to be about it. You got to be about that life. You got to be ready to roll. But guess what, guys? If you're really serious about taking your cannabis business to the next level, put yourself around other people that are smarter than you. This is how you're going to make it happen. Word. All right. Next up. All right, another one right here, ladies and gentlemen, for all my dispensary owners in the building, I know y'all here to see Sara because y'all ready to get these consumption lounges popping. So let me tell y'all something. When you're ready to do your grand opening, ladies and gentlemen, you saw me do Evolve Dispensary, saw me doing Timber 5, saw me doing some of the other ones. I've been commissioned to bring our swag to the dispensaries, ladies and gentlemen. And don't fall flat on your face, man. Make sure that you got it packed out. And the last one we did, we packed it out. We got over 500 RSVPs in 4 days. We got more people to show up at that grand opening than any other opening in New Jersey. All of the vendors that were there, Fernway, Miss Grass, the botanist, all said, Gary, this is the most people I've ever seen at a grand opening, ladies and gentlemen. So guys, if you want to get it popping, Get with us. Go to realcannamarketing.com, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to tell you all the information on how you can borrow our swag, get me in the building, host your whole grand opening, and make it poppin'. You know what I'm saying? All right, realcannamarketing.com. Let's go. Woo-wee. All right. Last one, and then we're going to bring Sara on, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all get hype. Oh, we up to 80. Let's go. Numbers are going up, Sara. They're coming in left and right. Let's go. All right, omnichannel marketing. Well, last one, y'all, then we're going to get right into it. I love it. We're going to get right into it. Omnichannel marketing. You saw me also putting this out, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a product or service that you need to get in front of licensed cannabis professionals, you need to get it in front of dispensary owners, cultivators, manufacturers, whatever that you might have, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? We have amassed the largest database of licensed canna holders in the United States. Why? Because I've been doing this damn conference for 6 years. I've been gathering all this information forever. I'm a data crazy man, and I got the biggest database of all these guys. So if you want to get in front of them, guys, holla at me. We put together a whole campaign for you guys to get right in front of the dispensary owners, the cultivators, and everything else, man. We have a list of over 30,000 licensed cannabis holders throughout the United States. We got everybody in Jersey, New York, all over the place, guys. So if you serious, you got a product or service you need more exposure for it, holla at me. RealCannaAdvertising.com, RealCannaAdvertising.com for our omni-channel marketing program, baby. And I ain't gonna explain too much about that, but if you're real serious, holla, 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 holla. All right, let's go. Enough of the announcements. Let's go. We about to get it popping. All right, let me see who's in the chat real quick, and then we're gonna bring Sara on. Jarrell, Grams for Grams, one of my long-term mastermind members in the building. Big up Jarrell. Jarrell, Grams for Grams. He's coming out with a dope concept incorporating anime and all of the, you know what I mean, that kind of stuff into the cannabis industry. So big up to Jarrell, man. Grams for Grams in the building. One of our longtime mastermind members making it happen. We got Mr. West in the building, one of our few black-owned dispensaries in New Jersey. That's right, West in the building, Timber 5. Y'all gonna see me there June 1st for Bikes and Buds. Bikes and Buds, June 1st, ladies and gentlemen. I love this. I love that we're getting creative in the cannabis industry now, man. It ain't just about smoking. We gotta have other opportunities to do things, man. You gotta make it interactive. Somerset, New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, Timber 5 Dispensary. Go check them out, timber5.com. That's my guys. I will be there June 1st, hosting the whole damn thing. Bikes and Buds, baby. Somerset, New Jersey. We're gonna get it popping, 2 to 6 p.m., June 1st, Saturday. Off the hook, food trucks, music, all that good stuff. Make sure y'all there, man. This one's going to be crazy. All right, big up Canna Cares in the building. What's up, D-Quan? D-Quan in the building, man. Master formulator, master manufacturer, master scientist. Big up to you. Dr. Floyd, Alex, all of y'all. Renee, all right. Too much. All right, we're going to go. 83. Tom Spooner in the building, ATM, man. That's the guy. Any of y'all need ATMs, go to Tom Spooner, go to U.S. Payments. Tom Spooner right there, the ATM guy. He's also got payment processing, buddy. Pen debit, baby. Pen debit, y'all. If you want to get those average order values up, you got to get that pen debit popping. And Tom Spooner is one of the most reliable in the building. All right? All right, we almost up to 90, Sara. I told you we going to hit 100. Let's go. Sara going to break a record for us today. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stop playing around. What's up, Taronda in the building? Woo! All right, let's go. Without further ado, y'all know how we do at Real Canna, y'all. Sara, this is her first time on the platform. She has not been on the platform before, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all know what we do at Real Canna. We got to bring her in with that love. So right now, everybody hit the S on the S in the chat. Put an S in the chat right now. Everybody put an S in the chat for Sara right now. Everybody throw the S's up. Right now. Throw them up right now. We got to get her hype, y'all. This is our first time on Real Canna, baby. Y'all know how we do. Throw it up. Put the S's up, y'all. We can't bring her out until we get enough S's in the chat right now. Let's go. S. What's up, Melody? S. TJ, what's up, baby? Renee, what's up? Let's go. S's in the chat. Oh, yeah, there y'all go. They blowing it up. Oh, yeah, they hype. Okay. Oh, they going crazy in the chat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here she is, Sara Stewart. From talented.
Wow, thank you for the intro.
How are you, Sara?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Yes. You know, this is how we do it. Real Canna, man. We got to get them hype. We got to get hype, Sara. You know how we do here, man. We're going to bring you in right. We're going to make sure you have fun. We're going to make sure that this is a fun. The best webinar that you've ever been on. We're going to make sure you have that here at Real Canna. That's what we do. Right? So, Sara, what's up? How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm a little under the weather, but I am pumped for this. Being this and hearing your intros and stuff, it was cool. So thank you for having me.
Yes. Thank you for being here, Sara, taking the time out of your busy schedule, man, to come and talk to us about consumption lounges. You have been in the game for quite some time. You've been leading the forces, doing some revolutionary stuff in entertainment, in hospitality, period, and then bringing it over to the cannabis side. So I'm going to just briefly, you give your intro of yourself before we go into it, man, and just let us know, a little bit about who Sara Stewart is, what you've been doing, how you get into this, and all that good stuff,
Sure. Yes. So I have been in hospitality for about 15 years. I'm from Ohio, so Midwest.
Ohio, let's go, baby. Ohio, my Ohio people in the building. Oh, I didn't even know you was from Ohio, Sara. That's what's up. Got a lot of Ohio people in the building. Let's go.
I love that. I can't wait for the Ohio movement to come around. It's something I'm super excited about. But
Yes.
being here in California, I'm on the forefront of a lot of new trends. And the first trend I got to be a part of was the social consumption movement. And I was at Tao, I was at mainstream restaurants. I was very vocal about being a cannabis consumer and got very lucky when one of my managers basically poached me to come open the first cannabis restaurant of its kind. We saw like 1,000 people a day, and we saw what normalized consumption looks like. And I wanted to make sure that everybody else doesn't make those same mistakes when they go to build out consumption lounges. First to market is first to mistake. So we wanted to make sure that that did not keep happening. Since then, I've helped open a couple other lounges. I'm very passionate about the hospitality sector coming into this space. We can learn a lot from the hospitality world in cannabis. And so now I'm helping people all over the country, whether it's just build a business plan, find investors, operate their space, you name it. We're trying to figure out ways to help licensed operators.
Yeah, very nice, Sarah. Very nice, man. First, early in, like you said, first to market is the first mistakes, right? And you got to learn from others' mistakes, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you guys are tuned in here. Sarah's going to give you the blueprint to sidestep a whole lot, right? Learn from her mistakes, learn from everybody else's mistakes that she's learned from, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you go to the front of the line. This is why I got her here. This is why I have her here. So let's talk a little bit, Sarah, about mistakes. Let's start, since we started talking about that. Let's talk about some of the biggest mistakes you see when people want to get into a consumption lounge and they have this view of what they think it is, right? Versus what it really is and what they implement and what they see at the end of the rainbow. Let's talk about some mistakes.
I would say the first mistake by far is not adopting a hospitality mindset. If you are still thinking of building retail liquor stores, we call them, because in the hospitality world, we're comparing dispensaries to liquor stores. We're comparing consumption venues to bars, restaurants, entertainment. So I'll use that analogy a lot, but not adopting a hospitality mindset. That means your employees are not scheduled like retail workers. They are built around hospitality programs. Not having a solid concept, thinking that you can just build a place where people are going to come and consume, that doesn't really work. So having a target audience, what is your concept? Who are the people that you are trying to bring into your space is major.
Right.
And the third one is creating a space that you have to walk through a dispensary to get to your lounge. You want to deter people every time, because that's not normalization. That is, who walks through a liquor store to get to a restaurant? No one.
Right.
That in your mind, that normalization means walking in off the street and feeling welcome by everyone and for everyone. And dispensaries do not do that.
Right. Oh, that's a good one, ladies and gentlemen. She just gave y'all free game. Free game right there. I hope y'all was paying attention. I hope y'all wrote that down. That was a lot of free game right there. She just gave y'all a lot of free game, man. Walking through a lot of people set them up and they think outside it. I don't know what goes on when we get into cannabis. It's like our brains disconnect from normal thinking. And then we get into like, oh, this is cannabis. No, it's not. It's you got to use a lot of the same concepts that come from regular business are also implemented in cannabis. People think that you're just going to go outside the box because it's not, but it's not. So she's telling you, you're not going to make an outfit where you're going to walk through a store and get to the other side and make people feel comfortable. No, that's not what we're used to in a regular hospitality type of vibe. Like, we got to just think, regularly here. And in terms of you talking about the employees, them, having more of a retail, push versus a hospitality push and pushing people there. So that's also really great things as well, Sarah. So that's some good stuff right off the bat, y'all. I hope y'all sucking this up. All right. So let's talk about what skill sets are the most transferable. Everybody talks to me and they say, Gary, how do I get in the cannabis industry? How do I get in the cannabis industry? And I always tell them, guys, use your existing skill sets. Whatever your existing skill sets are, use those and get them into the cannabis. You're a doctor, don't be a cannabis cultivator. Be a cannabis doctor. Use what you have. So what skills would you say that are a bit transferable if you're wanting to open a lounge, and some of the people who have some of these backgrounds that would be advantageous?
Definitely hospitality. If you're a hospitality professional and you are coming into this space, which is not that rare, I honestly see it so often because customer service skills are transferable. A lot of people coming from hospitality are going to work in dispensaries. Cannabis definitely has a huge part in normalized establishments. Everyone in restaurants is already consuming. So for the workforce, they're just coming into something that they want to learn more about, but a lot of them are coming from hospitality as is. That, if you're hiring a workforce from retail, they're used to standing around, they're used to waiting for people to come to them. And in hospitality, if you've got room to lean, you've got room to clean, and we do not let you stand around. And so if you're hiring the wrong people, it's definitely going to show. Dispensary workers are not the same as restaurant hospitality workers. And so bringing in those hospitality people is by far the thing I would recommend doing the very most. And it's usually what people are hiring a consultant for, because they don't have anyone on their team that's even thinking in that way. But if you are a hospitality individual in the cannabis industry, you will do so well in this space.
Wow. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody that has hospitality background, guys, you're going to flourish, right? Because let's just like Sarah's saying, it's a very different flow. It's not a kind of lean back and wait. No, it's in your face. Hey, what do you need? What's this? What's that? And you're going to just move ahead of the crowd very quickly. So all of you guys that are already in hospitality, this is a natural progression for you. Just go and attack. So let's talk about some of the differences in a cannabis lounge versus a regular lounge, right? And now we have some nuances in here, Sara. So let's talk about the differences and now what has to be adjusted from what you saw coming from traditional hospitality, moving into cannabis hospitality. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes. So one of the first things that I noticed a lot is when we build consumption lounges in the industry, the person selling you a product is not typically the person watching you consume it, which is so anti everything we do in hospitality. Bartenders exist for a reason. And so there is a level of miscommunication and miseducation that's occurring in most consumption lounges today. And that's because regulations are making you buy a joint at a counter and then come to another area to consume it. Let's talk about effects, right? And overconsumption. So if you are not used to smoking Jack Herrera, which is very racy, it could cause someone to have a panic attack. And then maybe they come into a consumption setting and they order a cup of coffee. And the person who sold them that joint isn't watching the rest of their behavior. That could cause for overconsumption, for a mild panic attack. We're now seeing that they're not really connected in that way. So but bartenders exist to serve and monitor the crowd. We're not seeing that for some reason in cannabis. And it's not even the operator's fault. It's a lot of the times the regulations' fault. And a lot of the times regulations are not allowing us to be hospitality venues at all. In California, one of the regulations says that we cannot consume before purchase. How many times have you been to a bar and had to pay for your drink before you drink it? We don't do that. We start running tabs for people and we keep their check open for the duration of their visit. Now we're not going to do any of those things that distinguish what a true hospitality venue feels like.
Right.
It's really hard to look at the differences because they're different across every single state. But what I will say is Nevada has done a pretty excellent job of trying to bring in the hospitality standards into the regulations.
Right.
That we can create these normalized experiences that we desperately need. And unfortunately, they're the only state that is thinking that way as of right now.
Man, that's it, Nevada. That's it. That's all we got. USA is Nevada right now. The only one, I guess they are the hospitality capital besides New York, right? That says, look, we're going to at least try to get it right. We're going to make some of the things very similar to what people are used to because we got to cater to our consumers. And I guess they're a little ahead of the curve, but that's surprising that our other states aren't following. I guess there's so much fear about consumption lounges. I want to talk a bit about that because I saw it firsthand. Me doing over a dozen municipality meetings with many of my clients that I was putting through the licensing process for retail locations in New Jersey, and all of the chiefs of police, all of the administrators, all of them, they were all scared about consumption lounges. They all expressed it to me. They were all just like, I don't know, man. I don't know about this. I don't know, da-da-da-da-da. They were very concerned. And I helped alleviate a lot of their concerns by telling them, listen, if you don't have consumption lounges, guess what's going to happen? Everybody's going to be out in the park and other places that you don't want them to be around the kids and everything else smoking. So if we give them somewhere to smoke, then guess what, guys? Then we can eliminate that. So let's talk a little bit about some of the fears of consumption lounges that you've encountered, in your foray, because people have some really wild outlooks about what it is and
Oh
that
man.
kind of thing. They're like, we're going to be smelling it all throughout the neighborhood. Consumption lounge, the whole neighborhood's going to smell like weed. All these kind of crazy thoughts. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, and let's start with New Jersey, right? Because New
Yeah.
Jersey is saying like no food and none of these things that create normalization.
Yes.
But it's so funny to hear that they're so scared, because what mitigates overconsumption of cannabis is sugar, caffeine, and amino acids. And what are they
Right.
not allowing in these places? Sugar, caffeine, and amino acids. They're literally fearful of overconsumption and what that's going to look like, but they're not giving us the aids that we need to monitor an environment. Also, bars exist. They're so much worse and so much scarier, and they're so much more toxic for our bodies. And so I always have to laugh when people are so worried about cannabis consumption, yet people are getting in their cars and like driving out of a bar sometimes.
I know, right?
No one is worried about that. But monitoring the environment is the biggest thing, and that's where everyone is fearful. And there's so many different ways of going about that. In a lot of these overpopulated cities, we are very fortunate to find places that don't have parking, because we don't want anybody to come and park on site. We are actually encouraging rideshare or walking or, a lot of different opportunities to get on site, because we know how fearful cities are on those regulations. I built a lounge in Mundelein, Illinois, and they were terrified of overconsumption, that they enforce a 30-minute grace period for the driver. So it was
Are you kidding me?
no. So technically in this one city in Illinois, they're requiring the driver of the vehicle to remove all the consumption devices and equipment, and he just has to like sit there
like he's in timeout, like you're in trouble.
So we don't want to do that. We
Right.
definitely don't want, to like give in to the regulations that it feels awkward and difficult on site. So
Yeah.
we're just trying to combat, those fears with education and showcase that these are normalized experiences that are very heavily monitored. Even more so than a dispensary, we've got trained security guards that are also most of the time paramedics. They're watching out for people on site. We've got managers. We've got employees who are looking out for overconsumption. So there's way more people engaged in watching you throughout this process
Right.
to mitigate some of those concerns, for sure.
Yeah, that's dope. And I want to skip back to something important that you mentioned as well. You said, unlike a traditional hospitality scenario when you're at the bar and the bartenders are watching you consume, but in the cannabis space, it's disjointed and you can't necessarily do that. Is there any way that you found to kind of get around that? Any little loopholes? Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so let's talk about, New Jersey's regs are not much different than California. California still says no food in consumption lounges, yet we have extremely normalized consumption lounges here. They are not the gold standard, but they are the best in the business that we have so far. And they've basically just gotten extremely creative with how they build out these places. The first thing to really normalize that environment is just parceling out your space in the most efficient way. At Lowell Cafe, the first lounge that existed, we had no food because we were a dispensary, but we bought an old restaurant. We basically turned the kitchen, an outdoor area, into a food and beverage LLC, and the rest of the lounge was a cannabis business. We delivered our food from our
from your own facility.
and it was just parceled off as two different addresses, but everything else was truly combined. To the general public, we looked like one front-facing business, even though we were running three on the back because our bathroom was also a separate address. And there's some weird regs and things that you have to go around when you're bringing these two businesses together. But, one thing that we've been working on for a while is a point of sale that can put cannabis and food on the same check.
Oh,
It's taking a very long time, and we haven't really found many people that are able to do this because of metric and platform.
Right.
So Salesforce is taking a really good stab at it right now.
Right.
that's going to do, that's going to allow us to, you're sitting at a table, you want to order a joint and a cup of coffee. Now, as a server, I can put those both on the same check, but it is split on the back end for non-cannabis items versus cannabis items.
Right.
And so we're mitigating 280E that way. Our employees are hospitality employees. They are selling food and beverage, and they are not subject to 280E in any capacity. So we're getting around things. You just have to think like a hospitality operator in this space, and cannabis is just a second or third offering. It is not the first and only offering.
Y'all better listen to that. Y'all better listen to that again. Say it again, Sarah. Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
Not your only offering in a lounge. Not even the focal point. It is the normalized experience first, and it is a product that you're selling on site at the end of the day.
She just gave y'all so much free game right there again. So much free game right there again. Y'all better write it down. Y'all better go back and rewind, write that down again. She just gave you a whole way to get around these things. That was super dope, Sarah. That was super dope. And Sarah told me a lot of these things when we first started talking last year. She's so ahead of the curve, man. And we're a year later in. So I'm just knowing she's got so much more information and so many more things that she's experienced, guys. And she's just coming and laying it out for you, telling you away. Y'all heard her say, we bought the restaurant, freaked it, delivered our own stuff to our own place, made a different address, right? You got to be creative, man. Just don't lay down and say, oh, the rules say, regulations say, legislation says. Guys, this is the Wild Wild West. And sometimes you got to make your own path. And you know what I mean? You really have to, this is for creative thinkers. That's why I love this business. I love the cannabis industry because it's all about creative thinking to get around, man. And the fact that they regulate us on food, man, it's so crazy like that. I mean, I don't even get the logic there. Does anyone know the logic why they don't want us to have food? What logic is that? I get they could be scared of alcohol, but still there's nothing to be scared about, but I could get that.
Contamination. They talk about cross-contamination a lot because they think that when we're building these lounges that we're infusing every product on site. They think we're infusing all of the food, which is absolutely not what we're doing. And to be completely honest, if normalized modern day POS systems could handle food operations, we might be able to get a little bit closer to just putting some food items eventually on a cannabis point of sale. But what's unfortunate is that's too connected to metric and not smart enough to handle back of house operations, kitchen prep, cook lines, or a restaurant space. So the software is not even connected or ready for this yet, unfortunately.
Well, guys, you heard it again. Y'all know how I am. I'm the serial entrepreneur. I'm always listening for problems and ideas. And Sarah just gave you the most monstrous business idea of all time for any of my heads that are tech heads, any developers, any programmers, PHP, C#, ASP, Ruby on Rails, any of you guys who are developers, you better start thinking about putting together this POS, man, that you could get both of those popping. Sarah just gave you a monster idea that nobody is thinking about right now. But I tell you, if we had that is a killer idea. So free game, y'all. If y'all get it popping, man, make sure you send me and Sarah a check, okay? Send us a check when you get it popping. All right. So next one, Sarah, this is good, man. This is good. All right, so let's talk about standing out. Now you got a bunch of different lounges. Everybody's doing the same damn thing, right? In your town, then you say you're a little bit more progressed. How do you make your lounge stand out? What are some of the things that you guys had to do to make it different, make it unique, make it shine? Tell me, give us some of that behind the scenes stuff.
So, I mean, as a female, obviously, I'm not saying this because I am a female, but oftentimes I have seen in traditional hospitality, not talking about cannabis, if you build it for women, the majority, everyone else will come. The women are building their families, they're bringing their husbands, they're going out on the girl dinners, they have expendable income. So a lot of the times these places, they're not catered towards women and they're only attracting the normalized stoner crowd. And nothing wrong with that. But there is a level of like normalization that a lot of women, females like me in this space are so desperately needing and longing for that is the easiest way to diversify yourself is to be the most normalized and approachable. Something I often see is like people building a consumption lounge plan without even thinking of their target demographic. They think I'm just building it for cannabis consumers. And that's not actually enough to attract the masses. And you can see that in some of these lounges that exist in like San Francisco that aren't that busy because they're not normalized and they're not approachable to the masses. And one thing that people very often mistake or they don't consider in consumption lounges is your marketing efforts. Like just like traditional hospitality, you have to market yourself so well and understand those marketing channels and how to reach that target demographic. And that's one thing that a lot of people in cannabis are not putting money into is their marketing budgets.
Falling victim to that, y'all. And y'all know I am the marketer, so you're gonna hear me say that a million times, man. If you front on your marketing budget, you might as well stay out of business. I'm just gonna keep it real. That's the number one most important thing. The expense, not expense, but investment in every business is the marketing, man. Sales and marketing. So I'm just surprised.
Too, as well. That is like my number 2, I would say for sure is, and that nobody's talking about this yet, but it is so necessary, is single serving products. So Las Vegas does this well because it's in their regulations, but we're not talking just about Las Vegas here. We're talking about the rest of the country. When do you go into a bar and you say, hey, can I get a shot of Jack Daniels? And they give you a whole handle. Like, you don't do that because that's allowed to monitor the environment. If someone gives you a handle, you're not spending any more money on site. You've got more than you need. So when we're talking about concentrates and things, we're only selling these in half grams or full gram capacities, which is like way more than anybody is going to need on site. If we can limit these products, and I encourage anyone who's thinking about starting a lounge to go to some of the manufacturers and cultivators in their state and see how they can start working on single serving products with them. That's how you differentiate yourself. You have single serving products on site, perhaps that look like a flight. So now I want to try 3 different strains in my lounge experience. I don't just want 1/8. I want to try 3 different ones. So now I can buy half grams or a gram of 3 different strains as a flight, like we do in traditional hospitality. And now you're getting a true experience. And whatever I like the most, maybe I go to the retail and I buy it on the way out. But your single servings are going to separate you from the rest of the dispensaries and the rest of the consumption lounges because you're providing more of a service and an offering that nobody else is really able to provide.
Yes. More free game, y'all. More free game right there. More free game. Yes, I see y'all. Y'all got a lot of questions, but you know what? We're going to rapid fire. I got to keep going. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna hang. Y'all gonna have to come to the conference. That's where she's gonna be. And Sarah, we're gonna do more follow-up. Sarah's gonna be here in North. We're gonna get here in October, so you're gonna get more guys. So this is just a preempt. So you just gotta follow. You gotta follow us real quick because she just dropped a whole bunch a free game again, man. That's a lot of stuff. So that was really good. Single serving products, guys. He just gave you the free game right there. That's a game changer, seriously. And that's it's again common sense type of thinking, but we don't think this way when we get into cannabis. We all get googly minded, but common sense type of thing. Yes, make it just like the same way, right? And cater to the women. I'm a marketer. I know this more than anything. We use women in all of our advertisements. I don't care what I'm advertising half the time, even because why? Men like looking at women, and women like looking at women. That's what we discovered as marketers. Right? And we discovered that women are the ones, just like you said, they're the family leaders. They're the ones who are going to get everybody else to do things. Just a no-brainer to cater, and that's so surprising that most of those guys came out the box and wanted to cater to the stoner. And again, people think it's a stoner thing. I'm going to make it like dudes and this and blah blah blah, but that's not it, y'all. It's about making what we're used to getting right now. And the fact that you can have single servings also helps you in making great decision making. Like for me, for example, I'm a craft beer connoisseur, right? And I just did this the other day. I'm always going and I'm buying these 6-packs, and they're real expensive because they're exclusive. They're like $20 or something for a 6-pack. And then I taste the first one. I'm like, ew, I don't even like this one. And now I'm stuck with 5 other beers of that nasty beer. If I would have just been able to get some flights and see what I like, and then on the way out, been able to purchase bigger, it's a better experience. So I'm all for single servings, man, and getting you a taste so that you can see. I'm just going to help you sell more. It's sampling. It's the same thing we see in Costco. What works best in Costco? They come in there and they give you a whole bunch of samples of all that food, and you buying it because you hungry and it tastes good, and they're introducing you to different things. So I love that concept as well. This is good stuff. All right, Sarah, we got we're gonna move on because we got a lot of questions, man, and they hungry. They're like, Gary, can you ask Sara some of my questions? Yes, y'all keep putting them up there because I ain't gonna be able to keep scrolling all the way back. So repeat them sometimes for me. All right. So, all right, what would you do? Let's say, okay, what are the latest trends when it comes to lounges? Latest trends. Anything you see popping off? Anything you see different? Anything happening? What do you see in the lounge scene? What's happening?
Right now, I'm seeing, and I don't want to speak too soon because I hope that these come to fruition, but I've seen a lot of them in business plans. So I don't know if they're going to actually happen, but I hope that they do because I'm seeing a lot of people embracing music and cannabis together, whether that is a concert venue, whether that's like a hi-fi bar listening lounge type vibe, whether that's a restaurant space that they're converting or something. I'm just like seeing a lot of the music coming in, which is great. We absolutely love that. What goes better with cannabis than music?
Right.
But we're also just seeing the entertainment piece really come to life. Music venues. I've seen someone post about like a movie theater, anything that feels normalized that you're already doing. That is going to be the biggest trend in the consumption space because that's what's going to stick. And that's what people are waiting for. We're like waiting for a proof of concept almost to just hit the market so that everybody else is like, oh, this is what a consumption lounge is supposed to be. And take that, take those thoughts in that experiential driven approach to everything else. I will say what's not working and the trend that absolutely is not going to do well is if you are building places without any kind of food and beverage program. I'm seeing that a lot. Oh, I just have this space behind my lounge and I decided to build it out and, people can smoke back there. Please, please, please do not do that.
That is not working, y'all. It's not working.
Yes.
Not enough. The consumers getting more sophisticated, guys, at the same time as you get more educated. And that's just regular consumerism, guys. We're just used to a certain level of hospitality wherever we go. So it doesn't mean we're just going to be willing to take a step down just because it's cannabis. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like that. I'm like, nah, I still want the same vibe. Yeah, we should have better. Right. Sure. We're more of an entertainment sector of the, whole thing. We should expect better. So don't think that you could take a step down. Somebody asked a good question. Oh, that was Melody. She was asking about separating when you did the separate restaurant. And she's saying, could food trucks do that? And I'm sure they would regulate us a bit. But that's a good question, Melody. With food trucks. Let's talk.
Let me talk about that for a second. Here's the problem with food trucks. A lot of time, everybody's biggest question in this space is how do consumption lounges make money, right? Like a lot of people ask me that question. And to me, it's obvious. It's like the experience, the food, the beverage, the entertainment, whatever you're offering. However, if you're having a bunch of food trucks on site, you might make a little bit of money by charging that food truck to be there, but you're providing an experience more than you're making any revenue. And so I try to tell people, if you're going to go the food truck route, make sure it's your own food truck. Put your money into that food truck so that the sales are going directly to your business. The best way to make money in a lounge is by like juices and coffees and food items that really just keep people from having the munchies. And so if that's going to another business that's just hopping up on site at your location, good luck making the money because your margins or your revenue stream is now someone else's revenue stream. So that is really, really important. We're not talking about normalized establishments here. We need those to be part of the business.
Part of the business, ladies and gentlemen, right? You got to make sure that it's all hitting your bottom line and it's helping with your branding and helping with brand recognition and all of those other things that are to come along with it. And Sara, let's talk about food options, what you guys chose to do. And if you're seeing any trends there, right? Everybody's there. What are the types of foods that are really popping? What do you see that's moving? What are people buying more when they're up in there? And they're like, you know what? I want one of them, two of those, three of these. What do y'all see? Any particular food types that are popping?
At first at Lowell, we started out with like very munchy driven stoner food. And we quickly realized that it was more of the stigma probably around what stoners eat than what they actually want to be wanting to eat. Granted, California, right? So it's lot different here as well. But what we noticed is that coffee and smoothies and pressed juices are no longer a morning thing for stoners.
Yeah.
It is an all-day activity. Stoners really love going in and getting like a cup of coffee or a smoothie and smoking a joint. And there's a more of a health like element that's starting to come up in the cannabis space. We're talking about health and wellness as a whole in cannabis. And so our food options are slowly starting to reflect that more. Definitely always going to have some munchy stoner food, but the ability to have like coffees and juices is great for your margins and it's great for your customers because everybody loves a cup of coffee or a juice throughout the day at some point.
Yeah. Free game, y'all. Free game again. Y'all better write it down. Y'all better write it down. Sarah's dropping it for you, giving you a whole bunch of free game. I hope y'all writing all of this down.
There's also one more thing too. Shared style items. I saw someone put like burgers in the chat. And like initially you think like, yeah, that would be great and all, but it's important to remember that cannabis consumers are sharing everything in their experience. We're sharing joints. We're sharing devices. We're sharing, so it's very much a shared environment. And so the more shared items you get as well, I mean, if you're just eating a burger, you're capping out at about $17 per person as your food average. We want that to be more like 25 or 30. So we like having more small plates because there's a thing people are talking about a little bit more called terpene tripping, which is like overemphasizing certain terpenes with food items. And so just one burger might not satisfy all of your cravings or your flavor profiles with your cannabis. So we want to provide many different Kappa style options.
What? Wait, terpene tripping. You said tripping?
Terpene tripping is like having an excess of certain terpenes in certain environments. I'm just this, but I'm here.
Wow. Oh, that's dope. I like this. See, we're getting into new stuff. See, as the consumer gets more educated, right? It's terpene tripping. You're going to infuse more foods with the certain terpenes, more stuff with certain terps. No, it's going to get crazy. I'm telling you, the science is really going to blend these things together, and I see it coming. I see how this is going to be masterful once we have the science behind it, and we can really say, hey, guess what? This food pairs perfectly with this strain because of these terps and this blah, 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 and these flavonoids and boom, 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 right? It's going to get real nice. It's going to get real nice when we get the science, man. Yes, so that's dope. That's dope. All right, Sarah, I'm gonna squeeze in a couple more, y'all. I'm gonna squeeze in a couple more for y'all because Sarah's busy. She came, she hooked us up. I ain't gonna hold it to her, but I'm gonna squeeze in some more for y'all. I got y'all. Melly says I want weed slushies. Word, I'm with you, Melly. Weed slushies. I feel you, right? That's perfect for the summertime. All right, so how do you get people to stay longer and spend more in your consumption lounge? Now, guys, y'all better listen close to this. This is free game again. How do you get people to stay longer and spend more, Sharon?
Let's talk about traditional hospitality, right? I was at Tao for 4 years before coming over to hospitality, and this is a question that we don't really ever have to think about in traditional hospitality. We never say. Of course, we say, how do we get them to spend more? But we're doing the opposite. We're trying to get them out. We need to turn these tables. We got 2 hours. We need you to go. So
right.
That is more of what we're thinking is how do we upsell people while turning tables? Because the name of the game in consumption is not how many people you can get through the door. It's how quickly can you turn your tables.
Right.
Cannabis consumption requires a sit-down experience. Usually you've got bongs, ashtrays, lighters, grinders. It's a whole new kind of mess. And so the seated experience is really important for so many people. You don't want to rush them, but you absolutely want to make sure everyone gets a chance to experience this place.
Right.
So we do about a 2-hour time limit per table. If there's more than, 6 people, we might even do a 2.5-hour time limit. And we've allocated that into our service. So we know, the price per person is going to reflect that table. And we typically do about $25 per person. And so our menu items reflect that. And then we absolutely rely on our servers for upselling. One of the best ways to upsell in a consumption lounge is to offer a try before you buy experience for devices. Let's say I've never used a Puffco before and I'm so interested, but I'm a little intimidated. I have no idea where to start. Now I can go into a very normalized establishment. I have a server who's super educated. They walk me through this whole experience. I buy concentrates for the first time in single servings because it's
Right.
the first time I am trying this whole experience out and I love it. Now I'm going to go back to their retail counter and buy a $500 Puffco from them, which essentially is a much, much higher sell that they would have ever done for that day. But that
Right.
experience led to a much higher sale.
Yeah, that's game. That's game again, y'all. Giving y'all the game. She's giving y'all the game. That is it right there. That was a blueprint right there. She just gave you and showed you how it rocks with regular hospitality and how they're moving it into cannabis. But remember, she's had extensive experience in doing this, right? So you hear me as a marketer, I'm thinking, stay longer so I can get you to spend more. She's like, no, get them out there quicker so we can get more people in, but get them to spend more at the same time, right? So that's the flow. But having those well-educated, right, servers and people that are educated that can walk you through the process, that know how to upsell. That is the key. That's what we're teaching all the bud tenders now, man. How to upsell, how to cross-sell. You never just let someone say no and walk away. You know, there's always another option.
And there's always opportunities to let people stay longer. There have been many times where I'm serving a table and they buy a bottle of 1942 and we tell the whole venue, these people are staying longer. You know, always things that you can do to work around people who want to spend money at your establishment. But a lot of the times they're also just not spending money and just sitting for hours. So game that you have to play.
Yeah, you got to watch from both sides and both angles, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure that you can balance it out, balance your revenue out, balance the dollars out, right? And let's talk about one other question I did have was about the importance of location, right? And we talk about location when it comes to retail, and consumption lounges are a little different, right? And they could be separated in certain states and stuff like that. So how important is location? What have you seen in terms of differences in success that were solely based off location?
It's so hard because this one question has so many layers to it. A good example is West Hollywood, right? We've got 14 lounge license holders in West Hollywood. And that's like, wow, these license holders probably think I'm in West Hollywood. I can build my location anywhere. Well, that's a 2-mile radius of very limited properties available. Some of them that don't have kitchens already within their establishments. So it's like not even the city that you need to make sure that you're building it in or the property. It's like you really have to have like the perfect scenario come together for this. Do I think that lounges will do well in you know, suburbs and in the country? Absolutely, if they're targeting the right demographic of people around and they're fulfilling a need for the area. But even if you're in a big metropolitan area, finding the right location that is zoned and that has everything that you need and has the right amount of square footage is still so difficult. And so there's so many levels. You know, I know 2 or 3 license holders in West Hollywood. They've had their license since 2018. And they can't find a good location that's either affordable, that has everything that they need, or that they're able to build out and like separate and to parcel out like we've been talking about.
Right.
So it is extremely important, but so difficult to come across sometimes. And that's one of the main reasons why you don't see more lounges today.
Yes. Y'all hear that, ladies and gentlemen? You hear what it's all about at the end of the day, right? We would all like to be on Main Street. We'd all like to be on Broad Street. We'd all like to pop it off like that. But y'all know how these cities do, man. They always sit us in some little corner over there, some old, dilapidated part of their city to make us build it back up with the cannabis dollars, right? Yeah. I don't blame the cities.
That was budget comes in, you know? That's what you need, good marketing, because you might not be in the best location, but if your marketing is good, you'll get the people.
The people will come. That's right. They just got to know that you're there. And especially, guys, if you're not marketing, no one knows you're there. And there's so many dispensary owners going through that right now in New Jersey who I warned so bad that it wasn't just about selling weed and everybody's going to come to your door because you're selling weed. No, you have to let people know that you exist. Any business, that is the number one thing to get people to come, man. So yes, market. Sarah, let's talk about marketing, Sarah. Some of the things that you guys have done, some of the stuff that you saw that's working in terms of consumption lounges. Is there any differences that you've seen in terms of the marketing for a lounge versus the dispensary versus retail? What have you noticed so far?
I'm noticing that the appeal in general for a consumption lounge that has an internal events program is getting a lot more attention in general than any other consumption lounges. And with events and with all of that, it's just bringing more of the normalization. And that's like one of the things that we use heavily with, marketing and events are two of the same for us in hospitality. Most of the time, events is a way of marketing. And most of the time when we're doing major marketing, we want to market to the event crowd that we're hoping is going to build the reputation of the venue. So they go so closely hand in hand. I guess a good example is if your marketing and your venue is built out correctly. We had major celebrities like Jeffree Star spend $70,000 on a private buyout at a normalized venue because we were marketing it correctly and because we were showcasing to celebrities what kind of experience they could have on site. It was just really how we perceived ourselves to the public, that this isn't a normalized, or this isn't a dispensary, this is a normalized establishment that just so happens to sell cannabis alongside food. That way of putting ourselves into the universe attracted a lot of those celebrities and people who wanted to come and experience that for the first time.
That's dope. 70 grand drop on that joint. That's how you do it, y'all. It's about knowing your target audience, knowing your target market. And that's what Sara says. Like, if you're going for the upper echelon, that's what I always do in all of my businesses. I'm always going for those who have the upper echelon, the ones who have the largest disposable income. That's my audience. I've always targeted them. It was just a no-brainer, right? But if you market right and your vibe is right, but the only way you attract that market is your vibe got to be right. Your market got to be right. Everything's got to be right in something that they are accustomed to. So if you know what they're accustomed to and you're accustomed to those same types of vibes, then it makes perfect sense for you to have that vibe and go after that same type of audience, ladies and gentlemen. So it's about finding your niche. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's moms, maybe it's celebrities, maybe it's dog owners. I don't know. It could be anything really, but as marketers, we find all kind of niches and find different ways, man, to make it happen. Can dogs come in consumption lounges? That's a good question. Are dogs allowed in consumption lounges? Can dogs get high too? Come on, y'all. We gotta be fair. Let the dogs get some, man. They can't come in?
I actually did a dog event in Illinois, and we had a bunch of dogs come in, and it was with a brand called Dog Walkers, and so they really wanted to connect to the community. But absolutely anything that exists really outside of this world needs to exist within it as well.
For real, y'all. That's another great one right there, man. Cross-pollinating dog owners, pet owners, man. As a marketer, we always salivate at that vertical right there. Pet owners, man, they're so passionate. So much money to be made from pet owners, y'all. So if you want to cross-pollinate and do some what we do, using different demographics like that, that's a great one, man. The dogs. So I just want to know, can dogs, because New Jersey might be like, no, dogs can't come in the consumption lounge. they might regulate us. Jersey's so crazy sometimes. They're gonna stop us from bringing a dog. No, they can't stop it. I doubt they would do that, but we'll find a way, and they will loosen up. It's just that the towns are scared right now, and they do have to, be a little tight so it doesn't get too crazy, and then other towns start tripping, and then other towns start tripping, and it creates a big wave. So I do get it about going slow. Even though we talk smack about the regulations, I do understand that it is part of the game because some people get crazy. You know what I mean? Some people get crazy way too fast. Yeah, Jarrell talking about too much fur and hair. Yeah, right. That would be dope, man. Dog walkers, yeah, that's dope. That's go. Yes, your girl's a vet tech, Jarrell. Look, they already thinking examples. They about to put something together right now. We'll get that dog lounge popping, yo. Get me up in there, man. I bring my dog, man. We'll get right. We'll all have some fun. But yo, this was super dope, man. Sara, this was so dope. You have dropped so much great information in less than 40 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what, y'all? We did break the record. We went over 100 plus live viewers in the middle of a day on a Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. This is how Canna do. There's not many webinars that can do this, baby. There's not many people that have the passion as my cannabis family, my real Canna family, baby. Big up to all of y'all for showing up, man. Y'all are ready, hungry, ready to learn. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get your tickets, man. October 18th, 19th, Sara, we're going to have her on stage, guys, and she's going to drop a whole lot more of what you heard right here. And y'all see she's oozing with information, right? Y'all see how much info I just got out of her like that, right? So just think about when we get her on stage and she's able to do a full-blown presentation. Y'all better be there, man. And like I said, it's all about not just getting the information, but also networking, making the relationships with people in the industry. That's one of the most important things in all business, ladies and gentlemen, is making relationships. It makes you go from 0 to 60 so much faster by having a personal relationship. So get out there, shake some hands, kiss some babies, you know what I mean? And and make some good connections in the cannabis industry. Now, Sarah, for anybody that wants to, I guess you do consulting, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Sara does consulting. So anybody who needs consultation, this is what I do for y'all. You see, I bring all my resources. These are my personal resources that I put on stage for you guys to learn and for you to have these things. So Sara, how can they contact you? What's the best way for anybody to contact you, those who are looking to get in contact with you?
If you'd like to email me, Sara, SARA, at ritualteam.com is my email. I'm also on LinkedIn under Sara Stewart. Pretty much the only person that pops up for consumption lounges, so I'm a lot easier to find. And I'm also on Instagram as Miss Sara Stew. Mostly just talking about consumption lounges.
That's the right one, Sara. Sara at ritualteam.com.
That's it. Yep.
That is it right there on screen right there. Y'all screenshot it right now. Screenshot it right now. She's giving you her personal email, guys, if you need some help. If you don't go out there and make those mistakes, you just heard a whole bunch of mistakes that she just laid down in terms of you not falling into that. And the way that you don't fall into those traps, ladies and gentlemen, is get professionals like Sara, who've been doing the damn thing for way longer, understands the nuances, going to give you the game. That's how you go from 0 to 60. Don't be trying to figure it out yourself. Don't be doing YouTube University. Don't be trying to Google all this crap. It's way too much, and you're not going to find it either. That's the thing about cannabis. Ungoogleable. You're not going to find it on YouTube University, guys. You got to have a professional who knows what the hell they're doing. So that's why I'm bringing you Sara's, guys. So I don't want you to make mistakes. I want us to have some dope consumption lounges, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to bring her here, make it happen. So without further ado, Sara, do you have any closing words? Everybody's souped up, man. It's super dope, man.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a great time.
Yes. Thank you, Sara. I'm so glad we finally got you on stage, man. We're going to get you back on stage here in Newark, New Jersey, October, man. This was so dope. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we're going to see you very, very soon, Sara. All right? Peace out. Hospitality in the building. All right. Peace, Sara. Peace.
Bye.
Love it, man. That was Powerhouse, ladies and gentlemen, and we stacked it in an hour. Y'all. Was that good or what, man? Throw it up in the chat, man. If she gave y'all some good value, ladies and gentlemen, throw those S's up in the chat. Let her know she gave us some great value, man, because she really did, man. She laid that one down, and she didn't hold any punches. That's the name of the game, y'all, and that's what I do here at Real Canada. We're going to give you the real information, not that bullcrap information, guys. We're going to give you the real information that you cannot find anywhere else. That's the reason why you got to come to our conference, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to find all the information that you're unable to find online because I get my speakers to come and give the realness, how to do the damn thing. You know what I mean? We're not holding back any punches, man. We are untaking that off. We're unveiling the veil. We're breaking down doors. And big up to y'all for hanging in there, man, showing up, man. Over 100 people today. This is big. Thank you, Faye in the building. Faye Coleman in the building. Evan in the building. What's up, brother? Paul in the building. Jarrell in the building. Dr. Floyd in the building. Melody in the building. Blissful Buds. Class Lit. West in the building. V. Lisani. What's up, V. Lisani? Plant Base in the building. Who else did I see here? Blunt Brunch. I saw Blunt Brunch in the building. Big up to y'all, Arizona Blunt Brunch. Y'all doing big things all the time. I love what y'all doing as well, man. We got to do some things together. You know what I mean? Yes. Cynthia, will we be at CWCB? No, we will not. No, I will be, Cynthia. I will. Sara won't be. You'll have to come to our conference in October to see Sara. Come to our October 18th, 19th, realcannabisentrepreneur.com. You'll see Sara on stage. That's where the chance you're going to get the network. And guys, guess what? At our conference, you get to touch the speakers, man. You get to actually poly with them, chill with them, make friends with them. We're unlike any other conference that you've been to. It's the reason why you need to come to ours, man. Real Cannabis Entrepreneur. Big up to you, Frank, in the building. Big up to you, Frank. Big up to you, Danielle. You know what I mean? Everybody throw it up, and make sure, guys, don't be scared when you get back in our joint, man. Make sure you throw it up. Aaron, big up to you. Uncle Stoney in the building. Uncle Stoney's. Mercy Wellness. Make sure you guys throw it up. Big Nasty. What's up, Big Nasty? What's up, brother? Big Nasty in the building. NY in the building. All right, y'all. This is dope. All right, y'all. That's it for today, man. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it, brother. Class is it. Big Nasty in the building. Tim Smith in the building. Melody in the building. Let's go. All right, y'all. Man, it's West in the building. Let's go, baby. Timber 5, y'all. Make sure you're there June 1st, man. Bikes and Buds. I will be there hosting the whole damn thing. Somerset, New Jersey. Timber 5 dispensary. Go to timber5events.com. timber5events.com, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Everybody's asking for a recording. Unfortunately, guys, no, we will not be giving up the recording. You know what you got to do? You got to come to the conference. That's where we want to get even more great information, ladies and gentlemen. You got to come to the conference, and that's where we're going to drop it all down again, man. And this is a preview of all the things that you're going to get at the conference, ladies and gentlemen, all my speakers and all the things that we've been covering in all these webinars. So make sure you're there. Get your tickets there, because this one's going to be off the hook, the real cannabis, psychedelics, entrepreneur conference, baby. First time ever, Jersey. We're going to blow it out the water. It's going to be flooded. Parking lot going to be a zoo. Get there early, y'all. Early. All right, y'all, we out, man. Let's go. Real Can in the building, baby. Real Can in the building. Big up to y'all. Big up to everybody, man. See y'all next week. Oh, next week, I'm taking a break because I'm doing a social equity tour. I'm going to be speaking up there in Jersey City, guys. If you want to come check me out, come to the social equity tour up in Jersey City. I'll be talking about ancillary businesses and cannabis. I'll be talking about a little marketing as well. That's the social equity tour in Jersey City. Just Google it, man. With all my guys down there, you'll see me there. So next Tuesday, I'm going to take a break from the webinars, but then Tuesday after, we're coming back with a vengeance, baby. Okay? We're coming back with a vengeance. So see y'all there. See y'all everywhere. Make sure y'all tune in. Thank y'all again for coming, man. Appreciate all of y'all, man. Peace. Let's go.